How's everyone doing? This is going to be a X-Men Apocalypse trailer reaction review. And I just saw the new official trailer for it. And if you saw the X-Men Apocalypse trailer, definitely let me know what you think of it. Are you looking forward towards the movie? What mutants do you want to see in the movie? And what did you think of the character of Apocalypse in the trailer? And I'll put a link to the trailer down below so you can check it out as well if you haven't already. During the recent Comic-Con, there was little snippets and clips here leaked out, but this one you get a bigger picture and look at the film. And it starts out with Jean Grey having visions of the end of the world and Professor X trying to comfort her, and then of course you see Apocalypse. And my first thought when I saw Apocalypse was Jamie Foxx as Electro in Spider-Man 2. Kind of a similar look a little bit, and I was kind of disappointed in the look of Apocalypse, and especially his voice. His voice was not very imposing. I wanted something deeper and threatening, and that would actually freak you out a little bit, and that wasn't really the case here. I wish they would tweak things a little bit with the character of Apocalypse, especially the voice, but I don't think that's probably going to happen. You do get a look at some of the other characters in here. You get more McTaggart. You also see Jubilee. Definitely glad to see Jubilee in here. You see Olivia Munn. You see a bunch of different actors. Storm. I want to see more Storm in here. I hope she'll have a bigger role. And you get a look at a few other characters. Archangel. He was, of course, in the comics, one of the 4 horsemen of Apocalypse. So you see him raining down like the metal feathers from his wings, and he looked pretty imposing. And then you also see some conflict between the mutants as well, and you hear a little bit of the backstory of Apocalypse, and you know, people think that he was essentially a god and he's the first mutant. And you see Magneto pulling Charles along in his wheelchair, and then you see explosions and fighting, and Jennifer Lawrence telling Cyclops to just let loose, this is war, and again more explosions and fighting. And then at the end you're left with the final shot of Professor X bald. I will say the trailer looks sleek, very visually stunning and aesthetically appealing. My only real criticism so far of the trailer is Apocalypse, which is basically the focal point of the movie. I think he needs to be more imposing, especially vocally. That was one of the things that I just didn't like about it at all. But besides that, I am definitely excited for this. It's definitely one of the movies I'm looking forward to the most. I loved Bryan Singer, what he did with Days of Future Past, and I think he's done a great job overall. I liked the first X-Men series as well. He directed X-Men 1 and 2. But for me, my favorite Bryan Singer directed movies will always be The Usual Suspects and Apt Pupil, but I think he's done a great job here with the superhero mutants movies for the X-Men series, the first one and now these ones right here. The biggest thing is the cinematography, the visual effects, the special effects just look fantastic. I love the choice of the actors here as well, and I'm really looking forward to see what other mutants are brought in here. I would love to see Cable in here. I'd love to see Strife in here. I know in the comics, the Executioner's song, Strife and Mr. Sinister and Apocalypse were all kind of involved. So I would love to see like a little hint of that towards the end. I know that's probably not going to be the case here because this is more of like kind of the origin of Apocalypse, and that wasn't until later, way later, in fact, into the comics that they brought the Executioner song along and those characters. But you never know. They're trying to modernize everything, so who knows what characters you could see here. Overall, I am very souped to see this movie. I loved this trailer, minus Apocalypse and mostly his voice, but I'm still looking forward to it. Everything else looked incredible. I'm expecting great visuals, great acting, great characters, and just a lot of action and drama, and just an amazing superhero mutant movie. Let me know what you thought of the X-Men Apocalypse trailer, what you thought of Apocalypse, and what mutants you would like to see in the movie as well. Leave me a comment or video response down below. Hope everyone's doing well. Take care.